Hello, trading is closed on April the 8th, 2025. As always, we start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and then make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Wednesday, which is April 9th, 2025. Remember, I can change my plan. My plan can be wrong and trade at your own risk. I was able to follow the market day, but I've been out of touch for about 2 weeks. The calls have still worked, but just remember, this might not be an accurate call because I just haven't been able to watch it for a long period of time. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow should have the early low. Futures are up about 70 handles. When I made the call, I said we should trade higher. We traded up over 200 handles, so that certainly worked. What we didn't say was that all those gains would be given back, and if we stay here, this is a negative pattern. We gapped up, hit a higher high, closed under all the highs, closed under all the lows. If that's maintained, it's negative stuff. Now, it might not be that bad because despite dropping all day, the close couldn't take out any of these lows. But if we open down here, and futures were down just under 50 points last time I looked, then this recovery doesn't mean anything because tomorrow's open can substitute for this recovery, and that's a wall, and gapping down under it wouldn't be surprising. So if we can maintain this, it's just backing and filling of the advance and we can go up, but it sure doesn't look as though that's going to happen. We won't know that till tomorrow. MEJT said these moves were false. They'd retrace. They already have. It is at least possible to count this as bar 13 of a combo buy signal from Tom DeMark. The combos in green, the sequentials in blue. Last bar doesn't have to obey all the rules. Last 3 bars don't have to obey all the rules. And this obeys enough of them so you can count it. But printing bar 13 doesn't always lead to an immediate reversal. Just means you're overextended. It's possible to work out this condition not by price but by time. It's possible to get more overextended. Just if we do rally from here, you can explain it. Well, if you're a bull, there are things here to like and things not to like at all. What's to like is that we're printing 1 bar on the weekly chart completely under the lower Bollinger Band. That tends to retrace, and we're still in the support area below the TDST line, so there should be support here. What's not good is we can't climb over the 89-week moving average. That tends to separate markets going up from markets going down, and even though we're way overextended here, the fact that we can't recover, that's a sign for concern for the bulls. It might take quite some time to go back over this if you don't go back over it quickly. That's not a good sign. We still have this volume spike, and these should lead to good rallies. Well, we rallied 400 points within half an hour, I think, yesterday, so that's a good rally in terms of price. But it really should last longer in terms of time, and that we don't know at this point. But if it doesn't rally for a significant period of time, it's a failed signal, and when valid signals fail, they tend to fail big. So it's important for the bulls that we hold on to these prices. I think this is the right count. Now there's no fib relationship here. It doesn't have to be, there usually is. And if that's the right count and this is the end of wave C, you can explain it. I'm not totally convinced that's the right count, but it breaks no rules. It's more likely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's A of C. That's A of 2. But it's just not the only way to count it. It is possible to count this as a leading diagonal triangle. I don't like the count. It looks ugly to me, but it doesn't break any rules. You can count this as A, B, C, and D, and if that low holds, you can have an E up No reason not to. You can also count this as 1 with an A, B, C with the same fibs, and that would be 2. So if this low holds, you can argue for this being a completed pattern, but futures are way down as I'm recording this, and I'm not certain that's going to hold. And if that doesn't hold, the whole idea might blow up. Well, Wednesday's pattern has a really low, regardless of where we open. Typically, it's a rally day with a final hour high, but if it's weak, it should see more weakness. We gapped up, hit a higher high, but closed under intraday highs and even under intraday lows. And if that's maintained, if it's a negative pattern, should lead to lower price of printing, even if we don't close lower. Bulls pretty much have to rally hard and fast and overcome today's high to kill the pattern. Now maybe there'll be some news event, and we will, but overcoming a drop of over 300 handles like that, it sure looks over 350 handles almost. Sure looks pretty tough, but that's what they have to. That's what you have to do if you're a bull to kill this idea. Yesterday's action led to a good rally, but ideally it should have lasted far longer. When decent signals fail, they tend to fail big, so the alternative to maintaining recent lows should be significantly lower prices. Please remember, I've been out of touch with the market for about 2 weeks. That might affect the accuracy of my predictions. So the pattern with the early low tends to be a rally day, but this drop-off is not good. Rallying like this and not holding on to it is not good. You really have to hold on to this and start the rally early tomorrow, ideally by gapping up strongly and going over this. And if you do that, you can explain a lot of stuff. All that stuff we showed works. It just looks like a very tall order to me, absent some kind of news event. And if we can't maintain this, if instead we're going down here, taking out this low, I think the idea for the recovery is, if that happens, that will have petered out, and then we have much lower targets coming. So if you're a bull, you better cross your fingers and hope we recover from this, because it looks pretty bleak right now, in spite of being way oversold. Tomorrow's pattern has a really low. No one knows what will happen overnight. Maybe we are going to recover. If we can recover, keep going up, I can explain this as a low. No problems at all. It's several different counts. But if we don't hold this, if you can't recover here, it's just going to be pretty tough to see how we can avoid going much lower. And that's today's call.